Another thing which I think is going to happen is that India is going to engage more and more with countries of Southeast Asia. And instead of concentrating on the West, where also there will be a lot of concentration, but we are going to really connect better with the countries of Southeast Asia, the countries where India used to connect with in the say 1000 or 1500 or 2000 years ago. Countries like Sri Lanka, Indonesia and Thailand, etc., which are really part of the great Indian empire of those days, where the Indian connect was very strong, where people of Indian origin still live there, and they have got a greater cultural connect with India. These are the countries which are going to be connect well with India. Then you shall have a lot of ancient symbols coming back, like the Nalanda University, which we are trying to revive, etc. These are some of the things that will happen. Relations with Pakistan will remain troubled because Pakistan sees itself in an alliance with Turkey and Central Asian countries, and Pakistan sees India as its backyard, and relations between India and Pakistan will remain troubled, even though at his swearing-in ceremony, Narendra Modi did call the President of Pakistan and other neighboring countries. And as you full well know, even yesterday Mr. Nawaz Sharif said that Kashmir is the most contentious issue with India, and he shall first consult with Kashmiri leaders, then talk to India. So don't think that relations with Pakistan will improve. So India will look towards these Southeast Asian countries for this. Now let's talk about economic policies. India is a nation which is living beyond its means, and therefore the value of the rupee is falling. In 1991, when the process of liberalization was kicked off, when the process of reforms was kicked off, the day the process of reforms was kicked off, the value of the rupee was 26 to a dollar. The same night, Mr. Manmohan Singh depreciated the rupee to rupees 32. What was the idea? He said that the rupee was artificially pegged very high, so it should find its real value. And at the same time, there was industrial delicensing. The process of licenses which were required to set up industries were removed, and any entrepreneur could set up any factory anywhere. And tariff barriers were slowly dismantled. The idea was that manufacturing in India should become very competitive. But has that happened? A large part of our imports are, of course, petroleum products. But even if we leave that aside, there are so many huge amount of imports. We are importing even coal. We are sitting on millions of tons of coal reserves, but still we import coal. So as a result, we import a lot of gold, we import a lot of electronic items. As a result, the rupee has slid to rupees 60 now. So I ask you, if in 25 years the rupee has slid from rupees 32 a dollar or 26 a dollar to 60, what is the great economic development that you had in your country? Even today, do you have world-class manufacturing? I doubt it. There are far number of multinationals in the country today than Indian multinationals abroad. So in this new republic, I think this is in line with the BJP theory also, which holds the rupee as a muscle of the Indian economy. There are a lot of efforts will be put to increase manufacturing, and that is why I think this concept of Make in India is a very good concept, and this is something which is going to be pursued very vigorously under the new regime. How much successful it is, I do not know, but this policy is going to be pursued, Make in India. At the same time, as I said, we are going to engage more with Southeast Asian countries. We are also going to engage more with countries like Australia and all, with whom we have had virtually no connection for the last so many years. The only connect India had with countries like Australia was cricket and Commonwealth. But cricket and Commonwealth can hardly serve as a basis for relationship between a continent and a subcontinental country. But as you have seen early this week, the Prime Minister has gone to Australia, and the people in both the countries have broken into raptures. And this sort of thing will going to happen. India is going to engage more with countries like Nepal. India is going to engage more with other countries, and therefore you will have more and more connections with the countries like Japan also. This is also going to be part of the new regime that is going to happen.